All right, we are here on race day. It's Division One. A few swips and swaps of drivers, but taking the place of Welshie this evening, who is unable to make it. So this should be interesting, to say the least. So it will be an on-board run for myself instead of the usual D1 overlook. We do have some current update driver results that are on screen now. It's still pretty tight between the halves of Octopus and the AlphaTauri of Nexus, with Fade a little bit behind. Fade is not running this evening. And then beyond that, Brown can jump up into fourth today with a good result. So, as I said, there are the standings this evening. And the one that really matters, the team results. We have Haas, untouchable. They are unbeatable right now. They are now going to end as Season 1 champions, so congratulations to the Haas boys. Hopefully they can run that through to next year as they become Mercedes runners. So we are just waiting about another 10-15 seconds and we will be running live for some qualifying here at the USA Circuit of the Americas. It should be an interesting race to say the least. As I said, we are running first person point this evening instead of the normal overview that we do on a Sunday. But we are lacking Silly. Silly's unable to make it. We don't have a Welshie. So we thought we'd try something a little bit different for you guys. And at least we get some race footage in, so that's what counts. Right, it's going to be fun. 18 minutes of quali with me, probably at the back, because it's D1, and these guys are a whole world quicker than me. Here we go. I do believe somewhere in here I have a car set up for this. I do indeed. All right. Okay, let's see how this goes. I will probably be spending most of my evening staying out of the way of everybody else because they're going to be a lot quicker than I am.
Engine fired, we're set.
See a few drivers have left the pit already. And I've not raced here since we did this in D2. Yes, we are running strict corner cutting as well. The last time I raced here in D2, I just had a good fight with Octopus, but I can't see that happening today. And we've already lost Venom. See, he was hoping for a podium run. That's not going to happen all too quickly. I wonder how Venom binned it. sequence of corners is a nightmare for me. Never managed to nail it like that. Just thought of something. I might have to end this session early because if somebody drops out, I'm going to have to stop and invite them. So, a race might not be on the cards. Not for me, anyway. And there's a god awful time.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
I will just retire and watch what's going on, to be honest with you. My pace is going to be awful. Still carrying a bit of a shoulder injury. Which means this is very, very uncomfortable.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
So what we'll do for the race, we'll get a lap in, straight into the box and we'll retire. And then we'll monitor the race from the normal position. So let's retire from this session and have an overview of what's going on. Let's go back to the normal view of things. So Octopus with a 130.5 to set things off. Absence and Jane, both McLarens. Dane, the new McLaren Reserve, friend of Absence, is setting pretty reasonably quick times on the medium there. So they are coming in for their run next. This looks like he's on one. And Nexus is still in the fight for the Drivers' Championship with Haas running away with the Constructors. Just leaves Nexus to try and claw something out of Haas's grips this year, but we'll see how that goes. Also, Harris filling in for Alexander, who is unable to complete the season on a Sunday. He's now jumped in the Renault, sitting currently in 9th. Big A's in 8th after 2 laps of 1:30. As you can see at the bottom, I was literally the slowest out of everyone, so it's probably a good thing that I retired and just got out of the way. We have a little bit of yellow flag, and now we have a invalidation. So, got a bit of a queue of cars. Little Hayes is jumping out. Capra's putting a damn good lap there, second place on 1:34.1. Everyone else on a bit of a fast one at the moment. Let's hit Brown sat in there fourth at 1:31.1. He's split the McLarens up a bit. So Pan's on a bit of a flyer. See where Tim Pans ends up. Does look like a clean and tidy lap. Can he improve? DRS wide open, yep. Happened second, great lap there from Simpans, 1:30.9 for the Racing Point driver. I'll board Little Hayes in the Ferrari there, shall we? Let's see how he gets round on his lap. Big Hayes sitting there in 8th currently. See if Little Hayes can do any better. A beautiful shot at the back of the Ferrari coming down the long straight here at Circuit of America.
Barry, how are you?
Hello Venom, how are we doing?
Can you please send Orchid an invitation, please? He's gonna quickly quit and restart this game.
Who needs the invite?
Orchid.
Orchid?
Octopus.
Aye. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Octopus?
Thanks, Barry.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Where is he? Sweet. Didn't even see that there, so we got Ectopus back in. A little Hayes, just as we jumped away there, up into second with a 1:30.7. Fantastic lap there from the young Ferrari driver. Much better improvement from him over the last few weeks in terms of pace. On board with Nexus now. In the AlphaTauri, he looks to set a decent lap time. Again, he really does need to push one out this evening in order to keep the championship very much alive. I'm being dive bombed by my budgies, so excuse the noise in the background. Looking clean and tidy here from Nexus at the moment. Goes through the last long winding right-hander until he's diving left, then a second left on the start finish straight, keeps it nice and tidy. DRS open, where does he end up? Up into 4th place for Nexus. Brown is also on an out lap on a brand new set of soft tyres, by the looks of things. And we'll follow him on board. Everyone else seems to have set their laps and are coming back at the pits, so the only outrunner at the moment is Mr. Brown, with just under 5 minutes left of this qualifying session. We'll see Big Hayes is out for another lap as well. So Brown's looking to improve on his current 8th position. Absinthe is again going out in the mediums. He's looking for a long run. Nice and tidy up into the braking zone. Nice and wide and tight as he makes it into this long sweeping right-hander for Brown. Here we go, final corner. Does he improve on his current time of 1:31.1? And he does, third position with a 1:30.6, right behind Stadium, who's taking second place. So a fantastic lap there from Brown. It's looking nice and tight at the top. There's not much separating. Octopus does a 1:30, pretty much dead there. Big Hayes is improving, but not by an awful lot. He crosses the line, and he'll stay in 11th position. We'll see if he goes for another run. We'll go on board with Absinthe, and he's out on the mediums again. He is wanting to start on these tyres by the looks of things, so he'll want to get as far up the grid as humanly possible by himself. Which could prove to be a strategic winner for the course of the race. We'll just have to see how it plays out. With everyone else being on the softs, Absinthe could be onto something here. There's 2.5 minutes left as well, so everyone is going to have to get out and sit some pretty big laps in. Oh, big slide there from Absinthe. He's following his teammate Dane. Dane's probably going to give him a pull along the straight here. Oh, look at that from the McLaren boys. Oh, moves out the way, gives his teammate that extra little boost down the straight. Wonderful. Bit of a lock up there from Absinthe. But he's fine, he's gone purple in sector 2. With the help of that toe, he is a 10th up on his previous best time. So let's see where he ends up here after what has to be said is quite the tidy lap. Guys to the left, nice and tiny, no wheel spin. DRS is wide open and up into 6 for Absinthe. That's a great time for the mediums, as everybody else is looking to go out and improve. Dane is now starting his fast lap. Big Hayes has been running around but is not improving. Macca's out on his fast lap, so Burt and Holmesy will be looking to go as well. Indeed, Scott, welcome along, buddy. And you're right, it is a good strategy to have on this track. Going from the mediums to the softs in their respect, they'll be able to run long as Macca has invalidated and comes into the pits. Yeah, they can run long on the mediums to start with. They'll love the McLarens working out here, because now Absinthe is going to give Dane a tow down this straight. Dane is on the softs. Looking to improve on his current P10. Harris is also out, and this is what I call teamwork. Moves out the way, lets Dane go through. Wonderful stuff there. That is coordination. Hopefully Dane can get an improvement. Now he's gone quicker in sector 2, so that does look like there is an improvement on the cards here. Slight lock up in the tight left-hander as he comes up to the small straight and the long sweeping right-hander. Beautiful images there. Oh, a beautiful looking car. Tight left, it's left again. There's a Ferrari there, but he should clear it before he gets to start finish line. Yeah, it's open nice and tidy. Top of the leaderboard, a 129.7 from Dane. What a lap. No, Scott Fade was unable to make it, so Octopus is all on his own and vulnerable at the front. Octopus is up in sector 2. Simpans has retired. Absinthe is retired. This is fine. I believe Simpans has retired on track. He has. So that may have to get noted by the stewards. You're not supposed to be doing that. Hello, welcome along, Beth. Yes, the Ferrari boys are doing pretty well themselves. Little Hayes up into 6th position. Big A's not so much, might need a bit of encouragement. As Octopus goes fastest by a few hundredths of a second over Dane. Fabulous lap there without the teammate tow as well. He did that all by himself. Fantastic lap there by Octopus, and it's all starting to heat up. Then it's who have we got left out on fast laps? Absolutely no one. That is it. So you're running for this US Grand Prix is Octopus on pole. Dane, the newcomer, the McLaren Reserve in 2nd place. Wonderful stuff. Stadium in 3rd. Brown up into 4th. Lovely run there. Next in 5th. He would have wanted to have done a little bit better with the championship on the run. Then it's Little Hayes, the first of Ferrari drivers. Simpans, then Absent, Caparaz, Holmesy, Harris. Bit of a disappointment there for Big Hayes down in 12th. Burt the Shirt, Maka, myself, well, there's no surprise. And Venom, unfortunately, did not set a time. Yes, got it's quick. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go around the formation lap. I'm going to park in the pits. We're calling it a day, and then we'll go back to our normal commentary roles. Because I feel racing at this point and at this level, for me, is completely pointless. So we'll just run the formation lap, and then we'll just retire and run as a normal Sunday would. Race strategy doesn't matter to me. I should have given that more time for everybody else. Oh dear. I don't know why I agreed to actually start racing. Never a good idea for me. Getting old, should be retiring. The shoulder injury has not been happy, and I should probably have relaxed with all my GT racing during the week. But nope, here I am. As I said, it will be a quick pit stop on the formation lap, and a retirement from the Grand Prix.
Is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
You know, got to do that whole simulated. Yes, we're definitely gonna run this race, and we may have just had a mechanical problem as we're pulling into the pits, which would be a shame. Quite a long circuit here, especially long on the straight. You'll probably know yourself if you guys are playing this game. It's one of those you have to have the flow, the mentality to enjoy it, and the seeding, I just don't have either. Ah yes, another stretch. I will stretch when I hit the pit lane and retire and go back to the normal commentary role. Thank you very much, Jess, for the stretch. Oh no, I have to do a lap. I forget, it just does this to you. Oh well, we have to go for a lap. I'm going to get out of everybody's way. We're going to go for a lap, get in the pits, retire, and hopefully we don't miss anything at the start, which is a bit of a shame. I absolutely forgot the AI takeover.
Drive-through penalty. You have a drive-through penalty.
Pretty sure I didn't move off the line and got a drive-through penalty, but that's how this game works. We've got bits of front wing.
Caution.
Oh, Bert the shirt is round, just about collected him. I want to avoid that and not end his race too prematurely. Well, I just want to get round to the pits so I can basically quit. Just burn everything that we've got. Oh, Capra's around. And let's retire from this session. It's all over for the Alfa Romeo boy, but this is where we should have been to begin with, is spectating. It looks like Dane is pulling a hell of a distance from Brown. Octopus has fallen back, so I'm assuming he took damage at the start. We do have a yellow flag situation, as I'm assuming that's my car has, despite being retired, decided to leave the pit. Anyway, GG Codemasters. Tom, well, I wasn't really wanting to race anyway. I was kind of just... I wanted to retire and do the spectating thing. I usually just commentate on a Sunday anyway, my dude. My co-commentator is currently unavailable. And instead of going into the pits and retiring, it just put me out of track anyway, and I got a drive-through for not starting. So, yeah. It's no biggie. I don't usually race on Sundays anyway. These guys are a bit too quick for me, as Dane is clearly pulling a gap now on Mr. Brown, who's closely followed by Nexus. Now, this is working out for Nexus quite well, championship standing-wise, because Octopus is currently down in 7th and battling away with Simpans. Dane is definitely doing some pulling away. Absinthe is kind of, I do believe he's on the mediums though. So we go, Octopus is going to make a move up the inside of the buns, and he has. Octopus is now up into 6th, however he does have a corner cutting penalty. Not what the Haas driver is wanting, especially when he could pull the gap on his championship lead today. So Simpans follows Sweet. The stadium has got past Nexus. Nexus will not be wanting that. Absinthe right behind the pair of them as well, on the mediums and the McLaren. So Absinthe is looking to make ground and playing the long game. We'll also have the benefit of the softs to end the race. All neat and tidy so far though. Ferrari boys are looking quite tidy amongst themselves. It's getting a bit fruity at the back. Venom has made his way past Harris. The Ferrari boys are having a bit of a bump and grind with each other. That's not what they want to do. They want to be playing fair like the McLaren boys, but the Ferrari boys just like to get the elbows out on each other. So that's not going to go down well in the Scuderia camp. No team orders here as per usual. It's the Hayes brothers. They race as they please, and they're pleased to race. Good evening, Ledge Hayes. Glad you could join us. There's no silly this evening, unfortunately, so yeah, there'll be no mention of your lovely beach onesie this weekend. Hope you are doing well, and yep, Budgies are in very much full spirit and joining in. The Hayes boys, however, are still battling hard. Octopus has now jumped Nexus. It's getting tight up there. Little Hayes is now getting himself a penalty. It is looking quite like the battle here. Absinthe has made it past Stadium. Octopus started to pull a distance on Nexus. This is not looking good for the championship. We have a yellow flag. It looks like we have Burt the Shirt. He's going slow. He's on the hard tyres, and has he done some wing damage, or has he just not heated the car up enough? Car is looking good. It looks like he just spun out and not having the best time down there is Burt. But it is getting tasty in this midfield battle as Octopus is battling away with Stadium. It's got a bit tight. Was that a bit of bodywork I just saw coming off one of the cars? This is some exciting stuff here already. Only lap 4 of 28. So there's a long way to go. These guys are not... they are not taking anything. I think we've lost Burt the Shirt again. Yeah, there he is. He's definitely not having the best run, his poor little Burt. Oh dear. Hard tyres with that Renault are not sitting pretty, and he's struggling with the rears. He may end up having an early bath today, unfortunately for Burt. Poor Renault is not having the best of luck. Moving back to this midfield battle in Stadius, Octopus, Nexus and Simpans. There has been a little bit of a gap made up between Octopus and Nexus. Is around about 5/10 and closing between them. So it's kind of up between Stadium and Octopus at the moment. Yeah, there we go. Burt the Shirt has retired, and unfortunately he's retired on a straight as well. You're meant to retire in the pits and not while your car is on track. So we have an AI hazard up ahead. The Ferraris are getting all their elbows out as well around Nexus. It's all getting a bit tight. Big Hayes is making the move on Nexus. Nexus is falling backwards. He doesn't need this right now. He's excited to go back up the inside of Big Hayes. Big wiggle there for the AlphaTauri, and Big Hayes has made the move stick. He is through, and Little Hayes has seen a gap as well. Nexus is tumbling backwards down the order. Holmes is in for a shout as well at the moment. And it looks like Octopus has also made it past Stadium. 2.5 seconds behind Absinthe, who's right up on the gearbox of Mr. Brown at the moment, who's now dropped off 7 seconds off the lead. Yes, this is the best. Pit stop a day keeps the doctor away. Well, in this case, it's a pit stop every few moments. I don't have anything to rhyme with that. Hello, budgies. They're currently having a bit of a flutter about the house. So Brown is all over the back of Absinthe, but Absinthe is on those medium tyres, remember, so we're going to get to the point where Brown's tyres will start to fall off and Absinthe is going to end up on a race by himself. But Dane, the McLaren reserve, who only joined the league a few hours ago, one of Absinthe's friends, is running away with this one. And fantastic showing from the new driver. The field is starting to split up a little bit. The Ferrari boys are going for it. They're currently starting to pull onto the back of Simpans. You see how long he lasts. Venom is starting to make his way through the pack quite nicely after DNFing in quali. Harris is having a bit of a battle there with Holmesy. Holmesy's not really got the legs on himself today. A little bit struggling, small amount of struggle there from the Mercedes driver. Stadium with a time penalty to go down, so that's Octopus Stadium, Simpans and Little Hayes have all got time penalties for corner cutting, so that could still play into Big Hayes' advantage right now, because if he sticks where he is, maybe a little bit quicker, he could possibly slot into 4th place. Because the Ferrari boys are still going at each other. Again, no team orders down there at all. Early pit stops then for Caparaz and Nexus. Absent and Brown with time penalties. So everybody seems to be jumping on the penalty queue as we say that. Venom, it wouldn't be Venom without a time penalty for something. And he gets one for corner cutting as well. And there was Little Hayes, he gets another one. So he's up to 6 seconds. Holmes, he gets one. Yeah, everyone seems to think that penalties mean points in today's race, which is unfortunately not the thing. Yeah, early pit stop, best pit stop, Volt Nexus. There you go, Nexus on the Volt. Let's see if he can do a major undercut at the moment on the mediums. Let's see if he can try and get to the end of the race on those. 22 laps to go, and I believe he's been on them for a couple of laps already, so it's going to be a long run on the mediums. But we know Nexus, he can run his tyres long and keep them in good check. At the moment, the field's kind of a little bit split up. This is where the major battle is for the last of the points places between Venom, Holmesy, Harris and Caparaz on the back end. Holmesy currently holding 10th place at the moment, but that can all change. Brown is starting to fall off the back of Absinthe, and Octopus is starting to move up. Little Hayes is in the pits, allowing Big Hayes to go through. And it's that time. It's the 2-stop strategy today. Medium is open. Will we see some drivers switching to the hard, maybe moving on to the 1-stop strategy? We'll just have to see. Very true, Ledge Hayes. Ferrari boys don't need O-wing mirrors. What's behind them doesn't count. It's what's ahead of them that matters. This is a very true point. Usually in their case it's each other that happens to be ahead, and we've seen that go wrong in the past. As Big Hayes, there you go, he gets his time penalties, but he has done it while making the move on Simpans. He has indeed, so up into 6th place for Big Hayes. Octopus is slowly grinding on the back of Brown there, as he looks to try and regain the top spot he had in qualifying. Harris and Holmesy have been battling away tight. There you go, and Caparaz is getting involved in this one. Venom has actually pulled the legs a little bit on Holmesy. We're almost up to a second there in the gap. Harris again swapping in for Alexander for the rest of the season on Sundays, as Alexander can no longer do Sunday sessions. So usual D2 driver Harris is experiencing D1. And usually at the front of D2, he's near enough the back of D1, as the difference in pace between the divisions as both Holmesy and Harris come in to the pits. I think Venom has also came in. Ooh, kind of a bit tight there, Harris, were we? Which is allowed. Brown has come in, he's doing the 1-stopper, he's on the hards. Stadium has gone into a set of softs, so he's going to drop in for a mediums to finish. That promotes Octopus up into 3rd position. Big Hayes up into 4th. Look at that guy go. Little Hayes is all over the back of Stadium right now in those fresh tyres. Some great pictures there watching Little Hayes. Fastest first set of the Ferrari driver. So Brown is probably going to get reeled in with these faster drivers around him at the moment with that tyre choice, but he's going to have the longevity and not have the option of a second pit stop. He will be able to just run to the end on those hard tyres, so maybe that is what his plan is, but he's going to come under a lot of pressure from, oh, I think, yeah, it looks like Stadium's hit the back of Brown. A little bit late under braking, and the Williams has damaged just after he's done a pit stop as well. So that's going to compromise the Williams driver somewhat. Not many other battles on track apart from this run for 7th position. Yep, there we go. Stadium is diving into pits to repair the wing. That's going to cost him dearly, as Capraz also leaves the pits. So we're going to follow Little Hayes as he now chases up the back of Mr. Brown. Oh, very deep in there from the Ferrari driver. Now, Little Hayes keep it on the track and keep it clean through here without getting any extra penalties. He's all over the back of the racing point. Change the camera angle already. He's made it down. It's Little Hayes. Brown is having a little look back, but no, Little Hayes has the pace on those tyres. He's made it. He's up at 6th place with a fantastic move. Harris has decided he's going to have some time penalties as well as he now battles Holmesy a little further down the path. That was a fantastic move there by Little Hayes on Mr. Brown, so congratulations to the Ferrari driver for that one. Stadium's back on track. He's a little far back, but he is slowly catching on Maka. He's having a bit of a quiet run at the back in the second hash, filling in for Fade today, who's unable to make it. So not the usual rear guard for Octopus today, who, by the looks of things, is still out and still running on those original set of tyres. There we say that, he comes in. Dwayne has been in. That releases Absinthe, who, by the way, is on the mediums. So he will be going long. Onto the mediums goes Octopus. There we go. He's out. That promotes Venom up into 3rd. Little Hayes with the fastest lap at the moment. Where is this all going to come out? Little Hayes goes up into 4th. Brown up into 5th. Yep, just ahead of Octopus. Nexus is now up into 7th place, catching up the back of this group. Harris is still behind Holmesy. With Capraz now coming up the back of these two as well. All fresh tyres for these drivers. So we'll see how this pans out for the run of the race. Stadium has managed to get himself some time penalties as he's catching up on the back of Maka. Probably not as quick as he wants to, hence why he managed to get the penalty. But we've got a good little run going on down here. Again, the closest fight on the grid at the moment. Little Hayes. Fantastic run there. Let's see if he can kind of catch up to Venom at all in any shape or form. Octopus is going to be swarming all over the back of Mr. Brown. Hard tyre versus the medium. Who's going to win on this one? Octopus has the pace round here on Brown. Wonderful shot from the heli cam there, showing the two drivers battling out through this 3rd sector. You can see Octopus is later on the brakes. He has that extra grip and momentum on his side. Brown running a little bit wide there. Octopus closes the gap. You can see the dirty air taking effect as well on the ass. He just doesn't have that extra little bit of grip he needs. He will have DRS. And he will pull in on the racing point now. Going into turn 1, will he make the dive bomb? No, he's going to be sensible. Brown covers the inside line. Venom is in the pits at the moment. That promotes Harris and Capraz, who is swarming all over the back of Harris at the moment. They are battling down turn 1. And it looks like Harris is just holding on ahead of the Williams driver at the moment. Octopus is still behind Brown. But, yep, looks like Harris has survived to live another day. Up in 9th position, Simpans is 8 and a bit seconds off at the moment on the hard tyre. So he's followed as Brown has. Venom, we saw that cheeky little corner cut. Yep, the Hayes boys are certainly doing well. Third place for Little Hayes. How long he can stay up there, we will see. He may have to make another stop, or if he can nurse these tyres to the end, then he might be in for a good haul of points. That's if he finishes as well. Venom is all over the back of Simpan's, going for a late dive into the corner. He's done it Dane with a fastest lap of 134 dead, basically, on the medium tyres. He will have the advantage though, because he's on the fresher mediums, and Absinthe will have to pit at some point. Nexus has managed to crawl himself a penalty as well. So the only drivers without penalties at the moment are Dane, Caparaz and Maka. Octopus has got ahead of Miss Brown. We didn't see that on camera, but it has happened. Up into 4th position now for Octopus. I said that, and Maka gets a penalty. So we're down to 2 now, which is Dane and Caparaz. Curse of the commentator strikes yet again. What tyres have we got Venom on at the moment? I believe he'll be on the mediums. Yep, he is indeed. Let's have Simpans right behind him on the hards, and then Maka is not far off them, and Stadium is starting to make a push also on the hard compound tyre. So it's all kind of push at the front. There are gaps opening up. Dane is 8 seconds behind Absinthe, but he is closing with those fresher medium tyres. And Absinthe will have to pit again, which will probably drop him down to 4th or 5th position, but then he'll have the run of fresher tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix, which will move into his favour. So McLaren have played this well, very well, in terms of strategy. Little Hayes isn't making much in the way of ground. Octopus isn't really making much of ground on Little Hayes. Brown is falling back, but that is the hard nature of the hard compound tyre for you. We also have to remember there are penalties involved as well. I believe Little Hayes is on 6 seconds, so he will not stay where he is at the moment. Thank you very much for the follow, Mick. This is the best. Very much appreciated. Going through the first sector, then with Octopus flowing through there in the Haas. Is he making ground? No. Little Hayes has got it, but he is on the soft tyres, so he will have the pace advantage for now, but it won't last forever. Gonna go back down the field a little bit. Holmesy and Caparaz will be fighting very shortly. There we are. As Stadium gets himself another set of penalties. Caparaz is looking at the moment in the best place for a good haul of points. DM Wolves, thank you very much for the follow, my dude. We very much appreciate it. Holmesy is trying to keep a distance on Caparaz, but Caparaz is getting there. Maka just gets himself another round of penalties. The corner cutting seems to be catching the drivers off here quite considerably, with only Caparaz and Dane the only ones without it. Absinthe still going on the long, but Dane has shaved off another 1.5 seconds, almost 2 seconds in the last lap and a half, to push it under the 6 second barrier. Octopus is catching Little Hayes, but very slowly, a couple of tenths at a time over the course of a lap. But Little Hayes will have to pit again as he is on the soft tyres. They will not reach the end of this Grand Prix. Holmesy going a little bit wide there. He'll be getting a bit of a wrap on the wrist for that one for track exceeding. And it's looking good here. Holmesy does not have the DRS on Big Hayes, but Caparaz certainly has it on him. Big Hayes is being quite sensible there on the hard compounded tyre. He's going to see it out to the end, currently sitting in 7th position. Fantastic run for the Ferrari driver. Dane is now onto 5 second gap to Absinthe. So Absinthe, his tyres will be going off very quickly, and he will be needing to pit in at some point soon. Harris then gets himself another 3 second time penalty. Holmesy is catching up on Big Hayes though. Those mediums are starting to come in. Caparaz just used his incredible TARDIS powers and jumped ahead. Either that or Holmesy is having some connection issues, because he dropped back a little bit there. Very strange to see that. Which now allows Harris to go through for 9th position. Venom in the background is catching. We have a yellow flag. That is a Haas. Is that the Haas of Maka? Oh, it sure is. So he's had a spin before the long straight. Don't see much damage on the front of the car though, so he looks to have survived it. Unfortunate for Maka, that puts him stone dead last at the moment. Stadium trying to catch up, big lock up there as well. But it shouldn't bother him too much. He is slowly catching on the back of Simpas. Big lockups there, light braking from the Williams driver. The field again has split up very, very much so. Octopus, however, is really reining in Little Haze now. Those soft tyres on that Ferrari will be screaming in agony, and Octopus can smell that, and on his mediums he is coming for blood. Ferrari red blood in that matter, and he is catching hand over fist at the moment, just like Dane is doing to Absinthe ahead of this battle. It's all kicking off. Holmesy gets himself a penalty. He was doing so well, so that only leaves Dane as the only driver on the grid so far without a penalty for track extension. So the results you see right now, they could end like this, they might not be like this due to the penalties. Stadium picks himself up another penalty. There's going to be some few folk that are close to disqualification at this point, as Octopus all over the back now of Little Haze. Will the Ferrari driver fight it? Will he let him go? We know how feisty Little Haze is. He does not give up positions easily. Unlike the back end of that Ferrari, which looks like it is about to give up. Those soft tyres must be screaming about now, and I wonder if he'll be coming in for mediums on a late dive. And he is. We called it. He's into the pits. He will be swapping to the mediums, no doubt, as Octopus now gets away and up into 3rd position. Absinthe has pitted also. He's coming out, and Octopus will take it. He is, but Absinthe is on fresh, soft compound tyres, so he's going to be blitzing for the next 12 laps of this Grand Prix, and it's all going to be kicking off at the end. And let's see if anyone can catch up with Dane, who is literally flying away with this one. 14-second lead over Octopus. There we go, the Ferrari boys are back into it, onto the mediums as predicted. He's held up Caparaz. That's exactly what Big Haze would have wanted. Oh, we have an incident round turn 1. That is a Holmesy. He's spun round and he has got damage to the front of that Mercedes. I don't know if there was any contact with anyone. We'll probably hear on the after race reports if there was. But unfortunate, Little Haze and Big Haze are going for it. Little Haze on the newer medium compound tyres, and they are not going with team orders at all, are they? As Big Haze almost chopped the wing off his little brother's car, but he's got the DRS down the inside. Now if they could be smart, they'd tow each other without fighting and breaking the slipstream. But they've done it. There are no team orders here at Scuderia at all. They are more out to get each other than help each other. Absinthe is now all over the back of Octopus. It wasn't going to take long. Holmesy is dropping back off of Stadium, who has made the move on him. Capraz looks like he's starting to make up a little bit of ground on Big Haze. Here we go, Absinthe on the soft tyre. Not even a worry round Octopus to make it a McLaren 1-2. Now, can he catch Dane in the closing 10 laps of this Grand Prix? This is what we'll have to see. Octopus will just have to keep tabs, not get any penalties. And he'll be on for a sweet one, as Nexus's championship rival is sitting down in 5th, and he is a long way back. Back to this battle between Caparaz and Big Haze. Little Haze has just disappeared off into the distance. He's gone to chase Nexus, and he is closing in on Nexus here. This is what Nexus doesn't need right now, as he gets a time penalty for his troubles. Venom also decides he's going to have one too. That back end of that Ferrari is swirling everywhere. A wonderful view as Little Haze chases down, looking at the timing. Nexus is deploying all his ERS to stay ahead of the Ferrari right now. Capraz has got past Big Haze, is almost inevitable on those hard compound tyres, but still looking like good points for Ferrari if they can just keep it on the track to the end of this race. Oh, that was a close one. Absent though in a single lap has wiped out 2 seconds on his teammate. It is possible that Absent will catch Dane by the end of this race and take victory. And there we go. Nexus is in the pits. He will probably switch on to the soft compound tyre as Lil Hayes kicks the back end of that Ferrari right out, and he's now going to start chasing Brown, where there's a gap of almost 9 seconds. Oh, his Absent then gets himself another warning, which could put Octopus in the frame if he can just keep up to the back of the McLaren. Nexus out on the sauce, and he's going to have a lot of work to do. He's only got a few laps left of this Grand Prix, down in 12th position, and with Octopus in 3rd, the championship is not looking good for the AlphaTauri driver right now. Again, Haas crowned champions after last week's race at Japan. They are now uncatchable, so they win the Season 1 Drivers' Championship. But the Drivers' 1 is still very much open with only a couple of races left to go. However, Nexus really needs to pull something out the bag to keep those hopes of his alive. Venom is now pushing up to the back of Harris. Again, the field is kind of just opened out a little bit. Venom was hoping for some good results this afternoon. He was kind of reaching his hopes of a podium, but qualifying was not kind to him. It looked like he had an accident off the start at qualifying. Started at the back of the grid. And yeah, he's just been kind of fighting mid-pack the entire race at the moment, sitting in 9th, so it will be a point for the Red Bull driver. Next is all over the back of stadium right now already. Didn't take him long. Soft compound versus the hard compound tyres, and Stadium is bullying his quite a lot, as you can tell, going into those corners nice and deep, locking up. As next takes the inside line, much more grip, he can stop later, he can accelerate quicker, and he takes 11th, and moving up to the back of Simpans. Stadium picks himself up another set of penalties. It was, yep, a fantastic overtake there by Nexus, very well executed. He had the speed, he had the grip, and there was nothing more that Stadium could do, and it's on to Simpans next, which should be another easy pass for the AlphaTauri driver as they get ready to head onto this long winding back straight. You'll have the DRS, you'll have the ERS, as you can see, Simpans is currently charging his. Simpans dives to the inside, he doesn't have anything else to give. Nexus an easy pass and up into the points. Now this is the hard stuff. He's got 7 seconds to catch the back of Venom, who's also on fresh mediums. Oh, Dane gets himself a penalty. Oh no, so everybody in the field now has at least one penalty. But yeah, Nexus is going to have to catch up on Venom, and you know, over those last couple of sectors, he's already pulled 7/10 on Venom's time. So with 7 laps to go in this Grand Prix, it is hugely possible. Dane currently still in the lead from Absent, who is not making the ground that he was a couple of laps ago. Big Hayes is still sitting there. Nexus and Harris is in the pits. He's gone on to softs for a ending run. He's left that one late. Stadium dives in on Simpans, and he makes the move count into the last points position for this Grand Prix. But it's not over yet. Simpans is wanting to go around the outside. It's tight. Oh, there's a bit of a wheel banging there. Simpans has to take the penalty for that one. And Stadium will probably not be the most happiest person in the universe after that little bit of contact. And looks like he has dropped. We did send him a very quick invite. Hold on. Oh goodness, is this? There he goes. He's got back. He had himself another one. This is fine. So he's back, and he's already dropped a few seconds because of the AI at the moment. Big Hayes is starting to close up on the back of Caparaz as well again. Absinthe is still slowly catching up in the back of Dane, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. At this current pace, Dane should win this by a little bit. In case of a bit of a rear end tank slapper as well, coming out of that last corner, which has affected his drive out. And it is hard tyre versus the medium tyre at the moment, and Caparaz will have that advantage. Stadium has pitted, so he must have got wing damage on that run, and he has retired from the session. Felt like maybe the Williams couldn't have made it, maybe thought he wasn't going to get any points after that incident with Simpans. We'll probably hear a little bit more after the race from Stadium, but unfortunately he was running a very good race up until that point. So we are down to 13 drivers on track at the moment, as we try to get the timing boards to play fair, so we can see where Dane, Absinthe, Octopus and Brown are, and Little Hayes of course, in comparison to each other. We'll probably get that as they cross the line. There we go. Absinthe is now only 5.8 seconds behind Dane, with about 5.8 laps to go. So if he can pull a second per lap on his teammate, he can win. Or is Dane going to go for the drive of his life, should we call it, and first race, first win? The little curse that seems to run with ORL. Nah, he should be doing well. 5.5 seconds though. Absinthe is catching a little bit. Octopus just keeping his distance at 10 seconds. Brown a further 15 back down the road. Then on board with Little Hayes, who is doing little bits to cut time out of Brown. He is looking to maybe go for a 4th place finish. He's got plenty of time ahead of Caparaz. But we'll see if Little Hayes can catch Brown before the end of the race. The field is very much split up right now, and if we are going to see any further battles, it's going to be right at the end of this race. So we'll give Dane some camera time, shall we? Absinthe in the background there. Not seen much of Dane today, because he's kind of been out on his own. 5 seconds now covers the top 2 drivers, so this could be a battle to the line. We'll just have to see. Little Hayes is still catching in on Brown. He might actually catch him by the end of this race, and that might be a wonderful battle to watch, that for 4th position. I'm going to tell you something, the Race of Point driver is not going to give that one up easy, but Absinthe is really starting to rein in Dane right now. There's now 4.5 seconds between the 2 drivers. I have a feeling this could be a last lap battle. Dane with a bit of a lock-up. Four seconds the gap now. Venom is starting to catch Big Hayes as well. So this is going to be the little pushes at the end of the Grand Prix. Little Hayes is now 2.2 seconds behind Brown. We are going to have a few battles come the end of this race. Octopus, though, he has pulled himself another time penalty. It shouldn't affect him too much because he is 16 seconds ahead of Brown right now. Now here's where the big battles are starting to come in. Venom looking to take 7th place from Big Hayes. Little Hayes is really starting to catch up on Brown now. And we only have about 3.5 laps left of this Grand Prix. So it's all to play for these drivers. Oh, a bit of a squiggly one from Venom. Mediums versus the hards. Red Bull versus Ferrari. DRS wide open for Venom. He's probably got that ERS on as well. It looks like Big Hayes is charging his. He looks to dive to the inside to defend. Venom will try the all the way round. Not quite. Venom has now just dropped off ever so slightly from Big Hayes. Little Hayes is now within DRS of Mr. Brown, absent within 3 seconds of Dane. It's all starting to kick off. Venom making a big move here. He dives to the inside last minute on the Ferrari. Does he take it? Big Hayes, better traction coming out of the corner. Nexus is already on the back of these two as well. Oh, Absinthe has managed to get himself penalties, so even though he may take the lead, Dane is going to win this Grand Prix with those penalties. This is beautiful driving. We're going to go quickly on board to Little Hayes as he is all over the back of Mr. Brown for 4th position right now. We have got just over 2 laps left of this Grand Prix. Wonderful sweeping. Oh no, Mr. Brown has got penalties. I think now that matches him with Little Hayes. We'll just have to see. Nexus has overtaken Venom to move up to 8th position. He'll be over the back of Big Hayes. But we're going to follow this one on board as they dive up to the long straight. Little Hayes is going to have the advantage of having DRS and all that little... all that running pace on the medium tires. There he goes. I think he's also charging ERS, and Brown will be deploying his ERS as he covers the outside line. Yep. So Little Hayes has burnt through his ERS. You can see by that flashing red lights on the back of the Ferrari. I'm going to quickly cut back to Nexus as he makes the pass there on Big Hayes. Caught that very well. Nexus on an absolute charge up into 7th position. Little Hayes is going to have to really charge up that ERS. He's running out of time to do it. DRS wide open, and again he's got nothing to deploy, and Brown does. It's turning out to be quite the tasty battle. There's only 1.5 seconds between Dane and Absinthe. It's getting really spicy between these two though. It's like Little Hayes just have to back off ever so slightly. Brown defending like his life is depending on it. Only 2 laps to go, well, a lap and a half anyway. Coming down this long straight, has Hayes managed to just gather enough ERS to deploy down this straight? No, he's charging again. Has Brown left enough to keep going? Looks like both cars are charging ERS this time round. Venom gets a penalty. Oh! Down to the outside, it's tight, Brown just squeezes Hayes out, but he's going to have the inside line. He says, thank you very much, I'm having that, and it's still going on. This could end in disaster for either driver. Oh, he switched back round. Brown gives him a little bit of a nudge. Tight battles, but it's fair. On to the final lap for the leaders now as well as Absinthe and Dane. There's a second between them. keep an eye on them as Dane looks to make his debut a victory here. Fantastic battle, isn't it? There, the Ledge Haze. He's definitely got his work cut out. Brown is no slouch, and he is one hell of a defender. A little bit of mistake there from Little Hayes at the first corner, though, has dropped him back from the German. So we'll just have to see if he can make that back up in the half lap to go. The McLaren boys are coming up to the end of their lap now, with Dane looking like he's going to be the overall winner. They are catching the back markers as well of Holmesy and Maka, who are having an absolute stonker of a battle at the back. But we will cut to those guys just in a second. Coming over the line. Here we go. Second to last corner for Dane. Nice and tidy. Hasn't put a foot wrong all race. Neither has Absinthe really. And we are going to have a new winner here at ORL. And that is Dane. Congratulations. Fantastic run from the new driver. And one that McLaren have been very happy to invest in, I can see, as their current reserve driver. Back on board with Little Hayes as he battles Brown through the last part of this lap. Who is going to take fourth position? Big crash. I am not entirely sure what happened there. If Brown had lost it and Little Hayes just went into the back of him. But something happened, and he does take fourth position. Does Little Hayes. Something happened at the end there to Brown. I don't know if he just lost the back end of the car. That was a weird one. That was a very strange one. But fourth place for the Ferrari driver. Great battle with Brown at the end, who takes fifth. Capraz in sixth. Big Hayes in seventh. So fantastic round day for the Ferraris altogether. Nexus takes eighth. Would have wanted a better result. We'll have to look at the championship standings after we calculate the points up for today's race. Simpan's in 10th after Venom in 9th. Good start from the back. Maka and Holmesy are having the last little battle. Up to the final corner. Maka looks like he's going to hold it. Holmesy around the outside and over the line. Fantastic result there from all drivers. Fantastic result. Venom, driver of the day, well deserved. Great comeback. Well done, Dane. Absolutely well done. Congratulations, well deserved. First race, first victory, and you did it with, you know, what we can say is a very extremely fast driver right up your backside, right to the end of the race. Well done, McLaren. And Octopus, yet again, another stronghold for his championship. Third position there. Wonderful result. And a fantastic drive from all drivers involved. Very good result. So just take the results from this quickly. Let's see, we might have a couple of drivers we can pull in. And let's see if we can... I'm trying to do many things at once. I'm not exactly the best at this. There we go. So let's see if we can see any drivers for anyone up for an interview. I don't see any interviewees. What I can do is I can just drop in some channels and annoy them. How's about that? We'll have a little go into the Hastings and see how they're sitting. Gentlemen, how are we doing? Good evening. Octopus,
Good evening.
congratulations on P3.
Thanks.
How did that race feel for you?
I mean, I had a good quali. Well, basically what happened was I kept getting screen freezes in quali.
Yeah.
So I had to restart my game, and I knew if I left during quali, I'm pretty sure, and you quali on pole, you get put to the back straight away. So I had to leave like just after quali on the formation lap, and then I thought I could get control of the car, and then the AI just did my start for me, and then I think I went to like P11 off of the start.
Yeah, yeah, not the greatest start for you, but still, you managed to come back with a podium. The new McLaren driver, he had some serious pace on him today in the race. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he is really quick. I've seen him race in another league before, so yeah, I know he's quite quick. I think well, I mean, I just turned ABS off, so I'm struggling with that a little bit. That's why I was a bit down on pace today. But yeah, I think once I get up to speed, we should have some good battles with him, hopefully.
Awesome stuff. A good result. I think pretty much the championship is in your hands now, with only a couple. We'll have to do some points tallying later on. However, Haas are Constructors Championship champions, so big congratulations to you guys on that one.
Yeah, thank you, thanks. Don't know what happened to Face though. I think it's busy, but yeah, I guess yeah, we got the constructor, so quite happy about that.
Yeah, we'll send Fade a box of Smarties next time we see him. Then that'll be his
Send
reward.
him some ORL merch. I know he really wants to get his hands on some, so
I'm sure we can figure something out for him. Absolutely. Venom, driver of the day. Congratulations.
Thank you, Peter.
Not the best qualifying. What happened?
Trying to warm up my tires. Rear end spun and hit the barrier, and I'm out. Disappointing. Disappointing. I could have get easily P5.
I mean, you did come back quite strong in the race, though, so you can't complain about that. Driver of the day, got some points in the end.
Yeah, and I got too much penalties.
Well, yeah, I think everybody did. That was quite entertaining. As notes, every single driver ended up with penalty points this afternoon, so
Yeah.
that's going to go down well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Great race from my side as well. So I'm happy.
Oh,
Disappointed, but also happy.
well, exactly, and you finished the race, which is obviously an absolute bonus from your point of view.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it was clean, so
Yeah.
I don't think we'll
I
see
don't-
many reports today.
No, I don't believe so. And I think Little Ace or Big Ace is gonna be mad at me because I took the drive of the day for them.
Yep, Big Hayes is not going to be happy about that. He is trying to achieve a new record of driver of the days. I don't think he's had it in the last couple of weeks, so yeah, he's not going to be happy with you, Venom.
Oh well, it's not my fault. I should have been up there in the quali, so yeah, it was good.
That was it, exactly. Well, I'll let you guys get on with your evening. I think most other drivers have left their lobbies, so we'll probably be wrapping up the stream there. So, as in, I'll let you guys away. Thanks very much for your time, and we'll
Yeah,
see you
thanks,
at the
man.
next race.
Yeah, see that.
See you in a little bit.
Buddy. Cheers.
With that, folks, fantastic race. Is over and done with. I mean, I kind of lost for words at the battles at the end. They are seriously entertaining drive from everybody. A bit of drama at the end as well between Brown and Little Hayes, but it is what it is. Both drivers did make it. We have 3 races left on the calendar. Next up is Mexico. Another favourite with a lot of the drivers as well, so they'll be looking forward to that one. But we're going to leave it there, folks. Huge thank you to everyone who's dropped in and given us support. We'll have the results up soon for today's race and the updated drivers' standings. If you are interested in joining the league, you can just do !Discord here in the chat. You'll get the link to us. You can come join in. As I said, season 1 is just about to come to an end. 3 more races. And yeah, we'll be starting off season 2 in August. More the merrier. And big thanks to the follows, everyone who's watched again. We really appreciate the support, and we'll catch you on Wednesday for Division 2. In the meantime, adios, folks, and have a very good evening. Good night.